Hey guys, this is DestinyHeroic. I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents on the upcoming Forbidden list. It's going to be coming up at the end of August, and since a lot of people are starting to speculate on it, I figured why shouldn't I speculate as well. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the current Forbidden and Limited list and maybe put my 2 cents into where changes can be made, like things coming off the Forbidden list and stuff. So I'm looking at the Forbidden list, and the first thing I see is tribe infecting virus. This has been on the ban list for, I think it's 5 or 6 years now, and killing a bunch of monsters at the cost of a discard is not that big a deal anymore. There aren't a lot of mono type decks anymore, so I think you could actually bring Tribe Virus back to 1. Tsukiyomi's questionable because you can always figure out some way to abuse flip effects and stuff like that, but if it was to come back, I could see it come back at 1, but I really don't think it should come back at all. Moving down the list here, there's really not a lot that I could see coming back. I mean, I see Metamorphosis, but the problem with Metamorphosis right now is that you could see a Gaga Magician turn into a Cyber Twin Dragon or something stupid like that, or even a Metal Reflex Slime turn into a Cyber End Dragon or something like that. So you probably don't want to have to deal with that. It would certainly add a new dynamic to the environment, but a Cyber Twin Dragon with a limiter removal is very much an OTK, so we probably don't want to be doing too much with that. So I say Metamorphosis can stay off. Moving down, I see Imperial Order. A continuous card that negates spells that's easy to activate and just has a upkeep cost. That's not a big deal. There's a lot of monster destruction and a monster-based back row hate, so Imperial Order probably isn't that big of a deal. We could probably bring it back at 1, and I mean, people would start playing it people would start playing it in every deck, but you know, it's a good card, and if they can bring back BLS, they can bring back that. Given the state of the game right now, I would like to see Royal Oppression come back at 1, because there's a lot of decks that use Exceed Summoning spam and just a whole bunch of special summoning spam, and they need to be reined in. So I think Royal Oppression should come back at 1. Moving into the current limited list, Blackwings, Gale, and Kalut. Blackwings have been on the back burner for a long time now, certainly since Exceeds have come in. I don't really see a lot of people playing Blackwings at all, so I would actually like to see one of them come back to 2 or even 3. Maybe not 3. Kalut can come back at 2, maybe inspire people to play Blackwings again. I know down the road in Japan they've just gotten a new Blackwing Synchro, so they probably want to inspire people to play Blackwings a bit more. So bring back Gale to 2 or something, and or Kalut to 2. I don't think there's a whole lot of harm in that. Down the list here, Lone Fire Blossom, you probably bring back to 2. Nobody's really playing plants anymore now that the glow up bulb spore thing is gone, and Dandelion is not that big of a deal. It was a big deal with the tuners, where you could make a Formula Synchron and go into Hyper Library and all that stuff. But with those guys gone, I don't think bringing it back to 2 would be a big deal. And I know they're not going to do it, but TG Striker and Agent of Mystery Earth, as far as the TCG is concerned, there is really no point for them to be on this list at all. They should be unlimited. And these 2 decks have pretty much died off in Japan now too, so TG, Striker, and Earth could probably come off to 2 or even 3 each. Going down the list, Brionic, Briones is always at the center of some kind of loop OTK or FTK or something. If they don't ban him, he should stay where he is. Shien can probably stay where he is, especially with all the new samurai support. Librarian should stay where he is because we're going to see Lavals in the very near future, and Lavals is a synchro heavy deck that uses Hyper Librarian, and we don't want them to get too strong. So down the line here, Burial from the Different Dimension probably doesn't matter all that much. You could probably bring that up to 2 or 3. Let's see, down the list here, Mind Control. I don't see a lot of decks actually playing Mind Control a lot, but it is a game-changing card when they do play it, so it either needs to stay limited or get banned. Down the road here, not much else I see that should be moved. So semi-limited, we're looking at, well, there's Card Trooper. Card Trooper needs to stay at 2. Because we don't want those troop dupe combos OTKing everybody. And it's a cheap combo, so we don't want that to happen too much. You know, they could probably bring Malicious back to 3. Nobody really plays Malicious. Down the road here, with Trishula gone, there's really no reason for Delorean to be at 2. Delorean was originally put at 2 to avoid a substitute Fishboard Blaster FTK using Dark Strike Fighter, but any burn card will do it. And because Formula Synchron is at 1, which is a big part of the combo, and Fishboard Blaster is banned, you could probably bring Delorean back, because he's not really doing anything. Nobody really plays him at all. Magical Stone Excavation isn't played very much, so it can go up to 3 probably. Royal Tribute, next to the Wind-Up Loop, is one of the best hand rape cards in the game right now. I think that should go to 1 or get banned. Smoke Signal stays at 2. Bottomless stays at 2. Warning stays at 2. Torrential, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal at 2. It could probably stay. Ultimate Offering, I think, should be put to 1, because there's going to be this next set has a bunch of machines in it, and the Offering Gadget deck does have the potential to become that much more explosive and dominate the game. So we don't really want to do that. So I'd say Ultimate Offering should go to 1. Call the Haunted could stay at 3, whatever. So that's my thoughts on the current list, what should come off of it. Now what should go onto it. Obviously first on everybody's list is Tour Guide. Tour Guide is a broken card. We've had it for over a year now, and it's in almost every deck. It's at the center of the Wind-Up Loop deck. I think Tour Guide should get hit and go to 1. Or at the very least it should go to 2, but it definitely can't stay at 3. I know that's going to disappoint people who finally got their Tour Guides and are getting their Zen mains in a few weeks, but honestly, a Tour Guide at 3 in every deck, it isn't all that imaginative, and it just needs to be reined back. Next on the list is Rescue Rabbit. I actually don't have a big problem with Rescue Rabbit at 3. Rabbit kind of goes up and down in popularity, and honestly, if they put Tour Guide to 1, then that'll limit their Leviair plays, and they won't be able to reuse the Rabbit unless they draw it again. So Rescue Rabbit can probably stay at 3, but if they do hit it, it should probably go down to 2. And I think a lot of people are on board with putting Future Fusion on the ban list. This and the next card I want to talk about are one-of cards that basically, if you're playing against the Dragon deck and they play Future Fusion, you've almost already lost, because they can target their 5-headed dragon, put their light pulsars and red MDs in the graveyard, and it's just so hard to deal with that from turn 1. So I think Future Fusion should go on the ban list, as well as Gateway of the Six. If your opponent goes first and they have Gateway, with all this new Samurai support, and they have Gateway, then they can flood the field with a bunch of monsters. They can put a Naturia Beast and a Shien on the field in the same turn, and then back it up with like the Solemn Brigade and a Magatama, and there's just no getting by that. So Gateway has always been broken. With the release of Legendary 6 Sams, it just became that much more broken, so I think Gateway should get banned. That's the last card on my list that I wanted to talk about. People are playing Effect Veilers at 3. I think the reason for that, though, is because they have to, because of things like Tour Guide and Rescue Rabbit. And when it gets to the point where you have to max out your deck with a bunch of cards before you even get to your deck theme, then it all points to a problem card in the format. And in this case, I think it's these two, Tour Guide and Rescue Rabbit. So I think Effect Veiler can probably stay at 3. It's not a big problem itself, but it's played at 3 because it has to deal with a problem. So with the ban list, I think you need to eliminate the problem, not the card that's fighting the problem, if that makes any sense. So that's my thoughts on the ban list, the upcoming ban list, and what should be limited and what not. So rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out my other videos, and obviously I want to open it up to discussion on your thoughts on the ban list. So let me know in the comments below what you think of my assessment, and you know, you can have your 2 cents as well. So thanks for watching.